I think we're gonna go live. I think I should start singing some Motown hits to people. So.
No, we're not singing Motown hits.
Okay, fine. No Motown hits today.
No Motown hits.
No songs at all. We got to keep it. We got to keep it professional and got to stay frosty. Got to stay frosty.
Right. Welcome to all the hit or miss. We're late, like always. We're fashionably on time, ish.
Absolutely.
We'll make up the minutes. Don't worry about it. It's just me and Travis tonight. You know, nobody else. Nobody else showed up. So
no love. We've got love for the Night Strike.
No one.
I think the chat last week scared everybody away. They thought it was going to be a food chat every week now. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I probably pissed off all of our subscribers last week. So.
We had a great episode. I went back and listened to it today, and I thought it was hilarious. I mean, it was so funny.
I thought it was good too, but you know,
it was good humor, man. I mean, you know, sometimes you got to just take a break and talk about burritos. I mean, what else is there to say?
I mean,
you know?
it was bueno.
Muy bueno. Muy bien, amigo.
Muy bien.
Mucho bueno, which is really
mucho bueno. It's
more
bad
gooder.
Spanish, but it's still Spanish.
It's more Weller.
Yeah. So, we've got Scott79 out there. Artisan Tony is complaining about Discord that I have linked to the chat, but he still joined the Discord chat. So, Tony, I see you there. Roland Tripp is out there saying, evening, folks. Defense Dad has just slid in at the last minute possible. So, you're in. We got you.
What's happening?
So, all right. Let's get the introductions. We don't have too many people here tonight, so we've got Travis. Travis, why don't you go ahead and tell us who you are and where they can find you?
My name's Travis P11, Pisces, I think, and I enjoy long walks on the gun range. And no, I'm just kidding, guys. Check out my YouTube channel, Travis P11, and I'm going to be coming up on 40,000 subscribers here pretty soon. If and when that happens, we're going to be giving away a 1911 chambered in 45 ACP. It's going to go to one lucky winner. It's going to be free. We'll do the drawing. I'll post a video here in about a week or two, and then you'll get a chance to leave a comment on the video and get entered in the drawing. But anyway, check out the channel. Got great content. We got a little podcast Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Central Time called Caliber Corner. Occasionally that show is on Sundays when I'm busy on Saturday, and I think we're going to be doing it on Sunday because I might be busy on Saturday. Doing some shooting with Defense Dad. I don't know. We're going to see how things go. I haven't registered yet, but I need to.
I was just going to ask.
Yeah. I know. I saw the forecast and didn't know if I wanted to stand out in the rain for 4 hours, but you know, I'm down.
Defense Dad, you need to bring a new gun so Travis can break it.
Oh my God! No, I got plenty of guns. I got plenty of guns to break around here. So.
My new gun, I can't find a damn holster for.
Oh yeah, see, you go get the newest, most coolest stuff, the all tactical stuff, and you can't carry it around, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But otherwise, yeah, that's it. We're coming up on season 4 of Caliber Corner, 4-year anniversary of doing our podcast this Saturday or Sunday, I guess I should say. Just plan on 4 years, man. AWAG was like 9 when he started with us. Now he's like 23.
Yeah.
God, it's crazy. Yeah. And Night Strike, you didn't even have facial hair back then we started doing the show. You know?
No, that's not true.
No, it is true. I mean, now it's just overnight you can grow a beard, but yeah,
it's not true. I was younger, yes, but I wasn't.
Night Strike even had a driver's license back then. Was I hosting a show with minors? I probably shouldn't have been doing that. So. No, I'm kidding, of course.
No.
Anyway, I'll shut up. Great stuff. Subscribe to Night Strike. Subscribe to Defense Dad. They got awesome channels. Way better production than me. And that's it, man. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's not true at all. Don't listen to him. Defense Dad, what's going on? Who are you and where can people find you?
Oh, so I'm Defense Dad. I shoot stuff. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Odyssey. Have a small Patreon. Started doing some stuff for Instagram. So kind of a little bit of several places, I guess you'd say.
All right. Good.
I think I'm getting ready to start up a second channel.
I've got a B channel. I got to start putting content on it.
Well, this one's going to be non-gun related. It's kind of like dad type stuff.
Dad jokes. There's got to be dad jokes.
Yeah, just more like life stuff that dads do throughout the day.
No. It's not a dad channel unless there's dad jokes.
Well, there might be dad jokes.
Okay, all right. As long as there's a maybe. Yeah, I will take that. All right, guys, I'm your host, Night Strike. You guys know where to find me. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here already. But we got a couple topics to talk about tonight. I want to go over people that were following last week on the open carry in South Carolina. Okay, I went back and I looked, and basically what they did was that last vote last week was to go and send it back to the House so that the House can vote on it, ratify it, and send it to the governor. So right now, where the bill is at, it's stuck in the House. So I guess it goes back to the House for them to look over it and vote on it, and then it goes to the governor. So that's where it is right now. Again, I looked at it. I don't think there's anything that they're gonna say no to in there. There was some stuff I didn't necessarily like having in there, but again, it was put in there just so the bill would get forward.
What did they put in there that you didn't like? What kind of language did they try to include to make the other side happy?
Well, even though the Democrats voted against it, they still put in stuff to they put an additional wording and stipulation to inform law enforcement if anybody is in a court case due to gun violence or whatnot and all that.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So, just so they could prevent a thing like what happened in Charleston. So, I mean,
So they want to suppress everybody's rights because of the mistakes of one person.
It's not really to suppress rights. It's that it's more of if someone is in a court case due to violence and whatnot, they're to inform law enforcement directly and let them know. That way, someone doesn't slip through the cracks and get a gun when they shouldn't.
But if they're involved in a court case, that doesn't mean they're necessarily convicted yet. I mean, innocent until proven guilty, right?
Well, you would assume that, but again, that because they're in a court case that involves violence, it could be seen to prevent someone from getting a firearm.
You process, brother. You process.
Well, as we've seen when it comes to gun rights and gun owners, due process doesn't belong to us.
Well, it does. We just don't do anything about it to stop it.
We just pay more for it.
Yeah.
So
I know I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I mean, it's and I understand they want to get a little and give a little, but I don't know. It's crazy.
Tony, you take that back. They did not say that.
What's that?
Tony says they said you could only open carry Glocks. No, they didn't. You stop that. You stop spreading fake news.
They blend in so well with the Tupperware.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know why you'd want to open carry a Glock.
Because it blends in with your cell phone? I don't know. I'm trying to think of something.
I don't know either. So that's the situation on that. We got some bad news. So by now, everyone's heard that the Department of Justice published the proposed ghost gun rules outlawing unserialized 80% lowers and modernizing receiver definitions.
Okay.
All right. As expected, the Department of Justice has published its proposed new rules for 80% lowers and frames, what politicians have derisively dubbed ghost guns in order to demonize home-built firearms. The proposed rules, released in a typical Friday afternoon Washington, D.C. fashion news dump, would in effect kill most of the 80% lower business, requiring serialization of the parts and NICS background checks for those who buy them. As earlier leaks of the proposal revealed, the rule would significantly broaden the definition of a firearm. Under the new rules, any part that can be readily completed into a receiver will now be treated as a receiver and regulated as a functional firearm. complete with serialization and background check requirement. According to the Ats Summary, when a partially complete frame or receiver parts kit has reached a stage in the manufacture where it may readily be completed, assembled, converted, or restored to a functional state, it is a frame or receiver that must be marked. Weapons parts kits with partially complete frames or receivers and containing the necessary parts such that they may readily be completed, assembled, converted, or restored to expel a projectile by the action of an explosive are firearms for which each frame or receiver of the weapon would need to be marked. What makes a part or kit at the readily completed stage? That's a good question, and one the ATF won't be anxious to answer. Keeping that unclear leaves the agency able to make up the standard as it goes and enforce the new standards in its typical vague and opaque way. In a Rose Garden speech on gun control last month, President Biden-Harris announced that he wanted ghost guns regulated under the Gun Control Act of 1968. The ATF's proposed new rules would do exactly that. While we're still sifting through the details of what the ATF is proposing, it appears that the new definition of a receiver will also address the prosecutorial problems they've had resulting from the fact that neither an AR upper or lower, or many pistol frames for that matter, strictly fit the legal definition of a firearm. All right. Let's see. From the ATS summary, under the proposed rule, a frame or receiver is any externally visible housing or holding structure for one or more fire control components. A fire control component is one necessary for the firearm to initiate, complete, or continue the firing sequence, including, but not limited to, any of the following: hammer, bolt carrier, breech lock, cylinder, trigger mechanism, firing pin, striker, or slide rails. Any firearm part falling within the new definition that is identified with a serial number must be presumed, absent an official determination by the ATF or other reliable evidence to the contrary, to be a frame or receiver. Here's the DOJ's press release. The Department of Justice today issued a notice of proposed rulemaking that would update the definitions of firearm and related parts for the first time since 1968. The proposed rule would modernize the definition of frame or receiver and help close a regulatory loophole associated with the unserialized, privately made firearms that are increasingly being recovered at crime scenes. No, they're not. Across the country. These unmarked firearms, known as ghost guns, are often assembled from kits that are sold without background checks, making them easily acquired by criminals, no they're not, who otherwise would not be permitted to possess a firearm. We are committed to taking common sense steps, absence of common sense, to address the epidemic of gun violence that they cause, that takes the lives of too many people in our community, said Attorney General Merrick Garland. Don't even get me started on him. Criminals and others barred from owning a gun should not be able to exploit a loophole to evade background checks and to escape detection by law enforcement. This proposed new rule would help keep guns out of the wrong hands and make it easier for law enforcement to trace guns used to commit violent crimes. No, they're not. While protecting the rights of law-abiding Americans. Although this rulemaking will solve only one aspect of the problem, we have an obligation to do our part to keep our families and our neighborhoods safe from gun violence. No, you're not. As the proposed rule explains, from 2016 to 2020, more than 23,000 unserialized firearms were reported to have been recovered by law enforcement from potential crime scenes. I doubt that. Including in connection with 325 homicides or attempted homicides. The proposed rule, once implemented, would help address the proliferation of these unserialized firearms in three ways. One, to help keep guns from being sold to convicted felons and other prohibited purchasers. The rule would make clear that retailers must run background checks before selling kits that contain the parts necessary for someone to readily make a gun at home. 2. To help law enforcement trace guns used in a crime, the rule would require the manufacturers include a serial number on the firearm frame or receiver in easy-to-build firearm kits. 3. To help reduce the number of ghost guns on our streets, the rule would set out requirements for federally licensed firearms dealers to have an unserialized number added to 3D printed guns or other unserialized firearms they take into inventory. Once the proposed rule is published in the Federal Register, the public will have 90 days to submit comments. The notice of proposed rulemaking can be viewed here. I'll post a link in the chat. I don't like it, but there it is. To learn more about the rulemaking process, see please attached. I'll put that in the chat outside there too. There's that. In response, Lawrence G. Keene, Senior Vice President and General Counsel for the National Shooting Sports Foundation, had this to say about that. We will carefully look at the proposed rule. We'll gather input from our members. The details will matter. We are fully aware of the impact this rule could have on the firearm industry and gun owners in general. We are interested to know if the proposed rule is consistent with what we saw in the leaked draft documents, or if it has changed, and what those changes might be. NSSF will file comments concerning the rule. As the DOJ release states, the public will now have 90 days to comment on the new regulations, after which time they will totally disregard all of that input and implement the new rules anyways. So, yeah. Thoughts? Come on, guys. I'm not the only one to hear, am I?
Sorry, man. Kiddo had a question on homework. I was listening. I just had to answer a question.
Okay.
It's the last 2 weeks of school, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with that. I can see where people believe what they're saying if they don't know any better. I mean, criminals are if they're gonna buy a gun, they're gonna buy a disposable gun. They're gonna buy it out of the trunk of someplace for $100 or $200. They're not gonna be spending the $500-$600 it costs to get a 80%, version of a Glock 19 right now. So,
I believe those numbers they were thrown out there were inflated. They might have one or two.
Yeah,
but I don't believe 23,000.
For people who don't know any better, I can see where they believe that crap. And I have seen reports from certain police. Of course, this is California, so I take it with a grain of salt. But I've seen reports over the last year where certain police chiefs have said that at least quarter to a half of the guns they repossess from criminals are 80%. But
that's California, though.
I said, so I take it with a grain of salt, and it could be inflated too. But I can see where they put the fear in people and they believe this stuff.
Well, it's California, but it's most definitely inflated regardless.
Well, yeah.
So,
I'm not, like I said, not defending it, but if they don't know any better,
it better not be.
Oh God, no!
Don't defend California. That's yeah, no. But yeah, I honestly, and unfortunately, believe it or not, anybody that buys AR-15 parts, this is going to affect buying any parts too. But believe it or not, don't think this is just for ghost guns. They're going to apply this all across the board against all gun parts whatsoever. So you have to go through an FFL in order to get your AR-15 parts now.
That's what I was going to say, because what wasn't there initially? Weren't they trying to include not just 80%ers? They were trying to say you have to serialize uppers and all this stuff.
Yep. So it's about to get ridiculous. So
I don't see how this would work. I mean, there's so much going on with 3D printing. So if you bought a 3D printer and then you bought some parts off the internet, they wouldn't know anyway, and you wouldn't have to buy a kit. there's no way you can regulate this. A lot of this stuff is going to have to go through the courts anyway, because of the definition. I think the bigger thing we should look at is the definition that they're trying to change of what a receiver is. That's the bigger thing that I look at. I mean, I understand the 3D printed guns and 80%ers is a problem, but if they get to the point where they redefine a firearm, that's where we're going to run into issues. Because if you look at, you have a SIG, a lot of people have a SIG, those guns will start having to have a serial number on there, regardless if it's on the trigger unit or not.
Because it's a SIG, it has it on it anyways.
Not on the frame. It only has it in the
fire control group.
The fire control group.
Because the fire control group is what's actually the actual gun.
Yeah, but then they'll want your serial number on the frame itself, on the piece of polymer. So what are you going to do? You're going to recall all of the SIG guns? You're going to actually tell people that they have to go buy a machine so they can put their own parts, because they give you 7 days after this. If this goes through, it's never going to happen. People aren't going to comply for this. People aren't going to stop printing guns. People have been making guns. I just came back from the J.M. Davis Museum. You should see some of the guns that were put together back in the day.
Oh, I have. I've been there. Yeah. I've been there with you.
So this little spiel they're going on, we really have to take this at one step at a time. A lot of this stuff is going to have to get fought in the courts. They're not going to be able to just, wave their magic wand. I mean, it's not going to happen like that, because people are going to start throwing in lawsuits for certain things that they're proposing. So I think we really should focus on what they're trying to redefine as a firearm first, and let's go from there. Let's shut them down at this first step, because now they're saying basically what they're saying: anything that accepts a part is a firearm, and that's not true. And it's never been that way. So let's make sure they don't pass anything like that, and then we start beating back some of this other stuff. I mean, I think Joe's got a lot of stuff on his hands at this point with the economy and oil and all the things. But yet, don't let this sneak by in one of these giant packages that they throw together. Be persistent. If you want to put your name on that form, just understand that you have to put your whole name on there, your address, and all that jazz. But call your representatives more often than not at this point. If you don't want to sign this form, I understand, but call your representatives and tell them, look, this is unconstitutional, first of all. Second of all, you shouldn't support anything that comes out of that ATF. Now, this guy that's going to be in charge of it, what a scumbag he is. I mean, throw that stuff out there to your politicians.
Yeah, we've got a $2 super chat from Erstwhile saying Purple Gown Fund. The Purple Gown Fund. That's the purple gown that the SC Senate leader wears when they have a Senate hearing.
Nice trick with the blue dress, blue dress, blue dress. Now the blue dress song.
Purple gown. Apparently, Erstwhile's trying to get me to wear a purple gown, like a graduation gown. So, there we go. Honda, when did you get here?
I just jumped in the chat. It's me and Angry hanging out at the apartment here. He's in Colorado for a couple hours on a layover, so I swooped him up from the airport and we went shooting today. He tried out 10/22 with a binary trigger.
Much fun.
And now he wants a binary trigger.
All right. And who is your other friend here?
Mr. Bojangles.
Yes.
Jangles?
You know Mr. Bo.
Do I? I don't know if I know.
Billy Bojangles?
Hello, it's Mr. Bojangles.
It's Matt. There we go. Hey, Matt. How's it going?
I don't know, Matt. It's Mr. Bojangles.
Why did you sound so disappointed when you said, "Hey, Matt, how's it going?" You're like, "Hey, Matt."
Because
sounds like old Greg over there.
I watched his chat this afternoon. That's why. Oh, man.
Shit.
There was definitely a big sigh in the middle of that sentence.
It's just the fact that it's not you, Matt. It's just the stuff you went over today was just.
Yeah, there's no good news. There's just no good news anymore.
There's no good news. I mean, there's no good news, and even the bad news is ridiculous.
It's not you. It's me.
Oxygen is racist. Oxygen is racist now.
Well, apparently, walking is racist.
Walking is racist. We found that out today. Walking is racist.
I saw
Dude,
the title.
everything's racist.
Yeah, and then there's tigers on the loose in someone's front yard.
Yep. French fries are racist. Separating beef patties on your Big Mac is racist.
I mean, if you find a tiger on your front yard and you manage to like rope him up, is it then your tiger?
I feel like it should be.
I think so.
It should be.
I think
It
it's
should
finders
be.
keepers on something like that. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking a danger off the street and
Let you know it.
all at the same time.
Yeah. So there's
Absolutely.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. So
that.
Trying to buy a tiger off the internet is very sketchy. I don't recommend it.
No,
They're on Craigslist, Facebook. You just got to know to look down.
I mean, you just gotta do
Lions
that
are much
before.
more regulated.
you can't buy guns on Facebook, but you can buy tigers and
I know Ray does want a few tigers so we can start Klein Tiger Sanctuary. I know that.
I think you just got to go to Oklahoma and you can pretty much like walk down like garage sales, that kind of thing. You know.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll find a tiger. You'll find tiger and or tiger accessories.
Yeah. Tiger or tiger accessories.
Or accessories made out of tiger.
If that accessories made out of tigers. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
or tigers made out of accessories.
Yeah. So there we go. Now that we've been thrown completely off, do you guys were you following along earlier? Do you know what we were talking about
Not
the
a clue.
We were talking about the new Department of Justice redefinitions of firearms and parts and whatnot.
Oh, are they doing that so that they can like start making people fill out 4473s and background checks, and they can serialize upward receivers and like slides and shit like that?
Yeah, it's not even that. It's just this can be applied towards AR parts. It can be applied towards literally any gun parts whatsoever.
Basically, the place where most people would feel it is that you couldn't build an AR-15 anymore because all the you couldn't just order like an upper offline. You'd have to go through an FFO.
So you'd have to go to PSA and buy an entire PSA AR-15. You couldn't buy a parts kit.
Yeah,
They were serialized upper at that point, right?
Yeah. I mean, and effectively, what it would do to the market is it would like PSA would not be selling uppers anymore because they know nobody would buy them. They'd rather buy complete rifles. So they'd stop selling barreled uppers. They would just sell complete rifles. Because what's the point? Why pay 2 FFL fees? You know what I mean?
Serious, dude. Like that's the stupidest shit. And they're just doing that because they know that that people are finding ways to get around their arbitrary laws. And it's game theory. They're going to pass another arbitrary law, and people are going to find a way to get around that. So it's just going to be the same, back to square one, with a few extra steps.
Well, it's because they want a paper trail for everything.
Yeah.
They don't want you to have freedom. They want to know what you're doing in everyday life.
So does that mean the cartels are going to start having a sales receipt with all those lowers their 3D printing when they put together their ARs and stuff? I highly doubt it.
Well, I think that's why they're trying to get rid of cash, right?
Yeah.
They want everyone to use a card, and hey, pretty soon money's not going to be worth anything anymore, but we're going to have this digital cryptocurrency issued by the Federal Reserve Bank somehow that goes into an account under your name that just works so long as you don't speak out against us too much or do anything that we don't like. It's exactly what fucking Russo was talking about before he died.
Well, that and the ability to track every freaking purchase you make, no matter what it is.
Because they can print as much money for themselves as they want. They don't care about that anymore. They don't have to do the 1980s drug cartel gun running triage thing that they were doing. You can just print the money now. They don't care.
Yep.
You still want that tiger, Nat Strike?
I don't know. I feel like I'd rather have a tiger to all these gun rules and laws and whatnot.
I mean, if you
I
can't,
don't think you have to license a tiger, do you?
No,
if you can't have a gun, the next best thing, in my opinion,
it's a tiger, right?
I was gonna say a good old fashioned
No.
baseball bat, but yeah.
Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my!
if a tiger loves you and someone breaks into your house and like you seem like you're threatened and they're breaking stuff, they're dead. That tiger's gonna beat them.
That tiger's gotta beat the shit out of them. Yeah.
See, what you really do to sell it though is you wake up in the middle of the night, throw on your traditional Zulu garb, paint yourself in a specific color of spray paint, and then charge them with your tiger.
Riding the tiger, or just like with the tiger, just pointing and having the tiger go after them.
It depends. Like if the hallways in your house are wide enough to ride the tiger, then you ride the tiger. But if they're not, then you don't.
Ride the tiger.
Okay. Yeah.
Then the ATF would regulate your tiger and tell you have to pull its teeth and claws, but you can have a tiger.
What you really got to worry about
completely. Yep.
Well, you got something there because I mean, you have to license a cat or a dog if you have one, so it's just a big cat, right?
What you really have to worry about is the ATF coming in and regulating the width of your hallways.
Yes. Because like if they're too wide, that's fine. But if they're too narrow, then it's a short hallway, and that's fine for towards the protection.
Like hallways don't need to have drawers and stuff. That's a room.
Yes.
I'm just going to point this out right now. As someone who actually has a cat, I don't want the litter box that a tiger would have. Holy crap!
Wow. Yeah. A tiger's litter box is gonna be
One of those
massive.
Sand play pits outside that kids usually use. It's basically the same thing.
I feel like its litter box would just be your backyard.
Yeah.
I think so. All right. Now that we're done with the interlude.
What was that?
I have no idea.
All right, that was me. I forgot I had my thing switched.
Travis,
Yeah, man.
Travis, you want to go over this this news article you posted earlier?
Oh, we can. This was kind of an interesting one. I didn't realize that they had so much regulation on firearms in Russia. And apparently they had a school shooting today, about 7 hours ago or something like that. And now they want to start up a database and they want to bring in gun registration. And so this whole gun registration thing, this whole, database of gun owners seems to be a worldwide issue. They were saying, they don't have a lot of school shootings in Russia, but this is the second one that they've had in about the last, 5 years or something like that. And that's it. But they've got plenty of firearms out there. I didn't realize in Russia they're talking about the requirements to get a firearm. It's like many of the other countries in Europe. You have to have like a mental health check. You have to have your doctor sign off. You have to have a vision exam. You have to pass a test. Like in the movies, it's just everybody's got guns in Russia, but they want to bring in some serious gun restrictions for the Russian citizens on owning firearms.
In Soviet Russia, it's you.
No, in Soviet Russia, laws get you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have enough money, the right people, you don't have to worry about that type of stuff.
I mean, if you're a rich oligarch in Russia, you're fine.
And here's the funny thing, we're talking about people making their own homemade guns and stuff. They got a problem with people buying their guns that are basically designed to fire rubber bullets. Now the Russian criminals have figured out how to modify them to shoot actual rounds, bullets.
That's been for the longest time, where they'll take basically like training guns, like just similar to what you said, that are based off real guns that shoot rubber bullets or like the high pressurized blanks.
Yeah.
They'll convert them to a smaller caliber so it can take the pressures.
Oh.
Dude, we'll be headed towards what they're doing in South Africa right now. Like the Bora farmers aren't allowed to have firearms because they're highly regulated, and they follow the law. Because when you pass a law to take away guns from people, the only people who have guns are criminals, right? Law-abiding citizens don't have them. So what did they defend their homes with? Paintball guns with pepper balls. So they've got like pepper spray balls that they have for paintball guns, and like you get hit with a couple of those, they blow up on your chest and spray pepper all over your face. Like you're not going to be having.
Wait, what are we talking about? What blows up on your chest and sprays all over your face?
See, now Matt's interested.
I missed something there for a second.
There you go.
Night Strike, you got really excited about that.
I thought it was funny. The way he said it like that was funny.
I mean, it seemed like you were pretty excited. I'm just saying.
No.
I mean, to explode like that all over someone's chest, you'd have to be pretty excited. I'm just saying.
Like the blue dress is.
Is that where the stain came from?
Oh boy, here it is again.
Damn pearl necklaces.
Oh, did you have to go there?
What? I was talking about jewelry, man. Come on.
Sure. All right. Halfway through the show, George shows up.
Hello, everybody. I just showed up late, man.
Did we wake you up from your nap?
No.
No? All right.
Woke him up from his hibernation.
So,
Did things hibernate in South Texas?
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of people do.
People do when the sun comes up.
Mm-hmm.
What part of South Texas are you from?
Very south.
that's George Cortez.
The deep south.
Oh, Jesus.
That's George Cortez. He goes by
Probably like
South
just across the other
Texas
side of town.
AR
from me,
guy.
so, yeah.
I didn't know who that was.
Do you guys ever hang out?
Didn't
Since
I
you're,
know
like,
who-
you're the only person that Matt can drive to in less than a day.
Yeah, right.
I could drive to George's in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
But Matt, you have any idea what's going on with the NRA? You mentioned it earlier, but did they figure out a way to get to sue? Did New York find a way to sue them while they're in Texas?
I don't know how that's going to work because I know they got incorporated in Texas, but everything they're accused of doing was while they were still incorporated in New York. So I don't know if that's all that matters or what. I'm not sure, but all I know is the bankruptcy thing didn't work, and they said nope, tough shit. You can't file for bankruptcy. We're going to sue the shit out of you. So I don't know. I honestly have no idea how that works. I don't know enough about those. What an attorney general can or can't do. I don't know if maybe she just can sue them out of existence only in New York, to dissolve them in New York, in which case it wouldn't matter because they've already incorporated it in Texas.
And then they switched everything over to using the Texas one instead.
Yeah,
so,
or
would
it affect the one I have no idea. I don't know how that shit works. So
because I've seen an article on it. I just don't know how that works. So I'm gonna.
I'll be right back.
Thank you for letting everyone know.
hope everything comes out okay.
Yes. Don't fall in.
And wash your hands this time, okay?
Yeah.
Jeez,
Remember.
for God's sakes.
Remember to wash your hands.
Manos.
Yeah, I'd be careful, Angry. I wouldn't want to touch anything around that computer.
I wouldn't either.
Just stay back.
So, from what I'm reading here, it says the federal judge denied NRA's bid for bankruptcy. To the NRA's attempt to file bankruptcy and reorganize in the state of Texas has been denied by a federal judge in the Lone Star State. Whoa. By a federal judge in the Lone Star State.
Yes, the Lone Star State is Texas.
Who issued a ruling on Tuesday afternoon that the second organization's move was not filed in good faith, both because it was filed to gain an unfair litigation advantage and because it was filed to avoid a state regulatory scheme. Ooh. Matt, I think the plot thickened.
What?
The judge's decision means that New York Attorney General attempt to dissolve the organization can continue in New York, where the National Rifle Association has been chartered since 1871. The NRA released a statement. I really don't want to read it because it's from Wayne, but it's just saying that they're gonna fight it no matter what. Granted, the NRA is putting a positive spin as they can on the judge's decision. But Judge Hale had some harsh words for the group, describing the attempt to file bankruptcy without informing the NRA's chief financial officer, general counsel, and a majority of the board of directors as nothing less than shocking. Hale also warned that while bankruptcy case was dismissed without prejudice, which means the organization could refile, any future attempt to do so would open a whole new can of worms. The judge wrote that if the case is refiled, he would immediately take up concerns about disclosure, transparency, secrecy, conflicts of interest between NRA officials and their bankruptcy legal team. He said that the lawyers' unusual involvement in the NRA's affairs raised concerns that the group could not fulfill the fiduciary duty and might lead them to appoint a trustee to oversee it. Okay. Let's see. As the NRA notes, it could still move its headquarters from Northern Virginia to Texas, but that was never an issue. What the organization was hoping to do was reorganize as an entity outside of New York with the judge's decision. Any attempt to move out of the state must be first approved by the Attorney General. Well, that ain't going to happen. And I'm not saying that could happen, but Wayne LaPierre stands a better chance of winning the Powerball than getting New York's Attorney General to give up her pursuit of the organization he helps. All in all, not a great day for the NRA's leadership. The organization's escape hatch from New York was slammed shut by the bankruptcy judge. And as Gun Talks, Tom Gresham reminds us, the week and a half of testimony during bankruptcy proceeding may very well pop up again when New York Attorney General case against the organization goes to trial, likely in 2022. Oh, goody. They're having more problems with the NRA. Yay. And
Angry, you better not go in there for like 25 minutes.
Right on match.
That's pretty much how it goes.
And I feel much better thinking.
Okay, good. You didn't fall in, did you?
Something fell in, but it wasn't me.
Okay, good. All right, and that's it. Travis, do you have any comments? Anything?
No. I mean, the whole NRA thing, I kind of forgot about all that stuff going down, so I didn't even realize that there was stuff going on with it again, I noticed that there was an article over on guns.com that was posted today. They've got HR 3015, which was introduced into the U.S. House late last week, which wants to push up the minimum purchase age to buy a semi-automatic centerfire rifle to 21 years old or older. Minimum of 21 years old.
Haven't some states done that already? Changed the long gun age from 18 to 21?
Some stores have. They brought that in themselves. I was thinking Walmart maybe did that. Didn't you have to be 21 to buy a long gun at Walmart now?
Yeah.
Or they did that many years ago or something.
I think so,
yeah.
Dude, my Walmart doesn't even sell guns. Like, there's 2 different Walmarts that I can go to within driving distance of my house, and neither one of them can you find a single... We found 22 today, though.
Yeah.
But there's no gun.
There are people saying that they've been able to find 22 LR at... which is kind of funny because they said they got rid of handgun ammunition. I was like, okay. Whatever.
Well, 22 can be used in rifles, too. So.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying that all the calibers, they got rid of, 300 Blackout. They got a 762 by 39, which, those can be used in rifles too. But
yeah, I just whenever I go to my local Walmart, I just look at the gun counter and the cabinet behind it, where all the ammo should be on the shelves, and there's just nothing there, and it's depressing.
Most of the shotgun ammo's gone. I haven't gone to Walmart in about 6 months. I
haven't physically been inside Walmart so long. Last time I was there, they were remodeling stuff. They had taken all the guns. I don't know if even know if they put them back out or not.
Well, they put new cases up and a new counter system up in the one in our neighborhood, Defense Dad, down south. But I haven't been there since to see if they've restocked it. I don't know. I might need to make a run at some point just to go in there and see what they got.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying another. The Walmart where I'm at, they had another Savage 22. And I was thinking about getting another one. Just
nice to have, dude. Yeah.
I know they're not very big capacity, but it's either I want another Savage 22 rifle, or I want one of those Rossi 22s.
That's Defense Head and I each bought one of those a couple weeks ago. RS-22.
Yeah.
$120 some, 125 or something.
$129.
$129. Okay. They're identical to the Mossberg Flinkster.
I still want the Rossi pump action 22. I think that's way cool.
I want one of those
expensive though, man. They're like $300. The gallery guns.
Yeah,
but like, how much is any other pump action 22 that you can possibly find?
I haven't purchased one, but I know
that's the cheapest one you can find. So for what it is, it's cheap.
Cool though. The
Maybe.
black synthetic one looks kind of sweet though. I was just checking it out
I
last
mean,
night.
I wouldn't pay $300 for a Pump 22. That's for sure.
My Walmart
It's
just
cheaper.
You're not gonna find
Anyway,
my Walmart sells like muzzle loaders, and they haven't had ammunition in like months. Not even shotgun rounds.
Neither's mine. The only thing related to ammunition I can get are some of that Huntigo 12 gauge cleaning rounds. That's the only thing I can find at my Walmart right now.
I don't know. I refuse to go there because they took out all the damn check stands. I'm not doing self checkout.
Yeah, no, mine hasn't done that yet. So
out of the three super Walmarts we have in Brownsville, it sucks anyway.
Yeah, they still have one store that has them. I think last time I was there anyway, the one on 802.
Yeah, Ruben Torres. Yeah,
they've got some there. They've got like some shotguns and 22s and shit. But
when I'm at the store and there's the option to go to self checkout or go to talk to the like dumb Walmart employee who's in the checkout area, I generally go to self checkout because I just don't want to talk to the person. Is that bad?
yes,
yes.
see, my thing is that I can check out way faster than they can,
Right.
and I'm like, I would just rather do
The
it
line
myself.
moves quicker. There's less hassle. Like I don't need to like check the price on something. I just scan it and it works. And if it's like 50 cents too much or something or more than I thought, I'm like, cool, 50 cents. You know?
I've actually worked for grocery stores, including Walmart, and I'll be honest, I would rather go to someone who would check me out instead, just because the factor that I'm not getting paid to bag my own groceries.
Yeah, I've gone to where I just you order them online, and when I drop my kid off at school, I pick them up on the way home.
Yeah, I do that a lot too.
I got a question. I got a question.
What's up, Rocco?
When you buy a gun at Walmart, how is like filling out the 4473? Is it like on a computer? They give you a piece of paper, and then I'll be back later.
It's a computer.
It's a computer they've got right on the counter in the what you call it, the sporting goods aisle. And the thing is, I don't have any problems because I'm in South Carolina and I can just give them my concealed carry permit, and there we go. Yes, I still have to file the 4473, but they don't have to run it.
I've only bought one gun at Walmart, and it was so long ago that it was on paper. And the lady at the front desk was like mean mugging me and giving me, and I kept thinking like, why is she looking at me? Like, are they talking to her on the phone about all the bad things that I've done in my life? How do they know about that?
Man, my biggest regret with gun is I was there a couple years ago, and they were clearing out their guns, and I could have bought a Henry 357 carbine lever action. They were clearing out for $3.99, and I thought about it. I went to pick something else. Like, what am I, stupid? I went back, and the guy right behind me was buying the damn thing.
Dude,
They do that. And the other thing too is in the springtime, the Walmarts that have guns, they mark down a lot of their firearms to get them moved out to bring in new inventory. So you can sometimes get some really good deals there.
Well, that's where I bought my Marlin 336.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they had Marlins and lever actions in for a long time.
Yeah, they haven't had Marlins in a while.
My problem with Walmart is
yeah, I bought my Ruger 1022 at Walmart, and this wasn't even a super Walmart yet.
Well, yeah,
it was like back in
the day,
88, 89, around there. And when it was just a regular Walmart and stuff. No 24-hour, no super, no nothing. That was my first freaking rifle that I bought. And yeah, they had to you had to fill out the paperwork, and then they escorted you outside. I guess they thought you were. I think they thought you were gonna pull out a freaking magazine or something.
They still do that. As soon as you buy the gun, they walk you out. They won't let you do anything else in the store. They walk you out.
Once you buy a gun, they escort you outside, and they don't give you the box until you leave the doors.
Yeah, once you leave the doors. Yeah, the last time and only time I bought a gun at Dick's Sports, I bought my shotgun, a Security 320. They told me, "Where'd you park, sir?" I goes I'm parked on this side. It goes, "Well, can you bring your car over here on this side? Because we have to escort you out." And this was, easier because we escort you to the parking lot. You don't have to go through the mall and stuff. So they're like, really, man? I was like, oh. So
you got a store full of baseball bats. It's not like I'm gonna have trouble finding something deadly in this place,
I know, right?
You got Bowie knives over there and machetes up in the corner.
Right.
Everyone knows that by the time you walk it out to your car, you've reconsidered going back to that mall and doing anything.
Well, everyone really knows that anyone who's buying a gun from a sporting goods store is really planning on doing exactly what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they've seen the Terminator scene, the gun shop scene way too many times. You can't do that. Sir. You can't do that.
I wish my Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods sold Spaz 12s and AR 180s and
quad
Uzi 9mm.
Plasma rifle.
Long slide 45 with the laser sighting.
The problem with my Walmart is they sell guns, but even right now, when you roll over there, they only usually have maybe if you're lucky, 3 guns in the cabinet at any given time because shit's just constantly still being sold out all the time. And it's always either Henry rifles, usually the 22s, or ISIS shotguns. That's it.
ISIS shotguns.
You mean Turkish shotguns?
Yeah, ISIS shotguns. I know what I said.
Aren't all shotguns Turkish now? Damn
They
near
are.
all of them are.
They are.
No, Mossbergs. Most Mossbergs are made in the USA.
There's Mossberg and
your Moss. Yeah,
that's about it.
But, you got Franke and Browning,
Browning, Benelli, or Beretta.
But I think maybe some of the lower end Benelli's might be Turkish made. I know that Winchester and Marlin, a lot of those companies contract out. So Remington,
the Nova,
yeah,
still made in Italy.
Yeah,
TriStar's all made in Turkey.
Yeah, all the Benellis and Winchesters that we had left were all made in Turkey. So
really,
all the EAA imports are all Turkish made. Yeah,
that's all Turkish.
They make some neat guns, but yeah.
It's funny. I was working the other day, and the ATF called the place, and we were like, they were looking for a gun trace. And we were like, you have all our records because we closed the store. And they're like, good luck. We shipped them all to you from the first time this place opened up 20 years ago. Good luck looking through that.
I'll keep an intern busy for the whole summer.
yeah, go down to that. Go down to that.
Go to the store. Go find number 44683219 Okay.
Yeah.
Travis, I got to correct you on one thing though. Not all EA stuff comes from there because my revolver.
Oh yeah.
My revolver. Can't talk. My revolver's from Germany.
No, EA is just an importer. They got the Witness series of pistols, which were made in Italy. But it depends who is contracting that design. But the majority of the Witness pistols were Italian made. But the EA, there's so many different Turkish brands that come under the EAA nameplate. I have no idea,
Well, and everybody loves Canik, or a lot of people love Canics these days, and they come from there too.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I love my Canic.
You would.
I like Canics.
I can tell you that me buying one Canic made no difference in the global fight on terror.
No, it didn't.
I will say for the $100 differences I'm glad I bought my Walther instead. But
tell that to the guy that's on the beach in the orange jumpsuit. That's like, oh, this guy didn't have that extra bullet in his magazine. I might have walked out of here.
Right. So, I do want to mention this in passing, but did you guys hear what's going on with Chernobyl?
No. Oh, they're doing tours of it now, or what?
No, apparently the reactor is acting up again.
Oh, wonderful!
The wolves are coming back.
No, they're getting more nuclear reactions that are increasing in an inaccessible chamber at Chernobyl.
Good. That means nature's getting back to it.
Yeah.
Some squirrels got in there and gnawed on some wiring.
How long is the half-life on that shit? 50,000 years or something?
Something like that. The chamber was blocked during the 1986 explosion and now contains highly radioactive material. Well, I could have told you that.
Quick, bring in the water.
Even though they put this giant cap, the horseshoe, over the reactor, it's not helping. So,
I'm sure what happened in Japan's fine, though.
Yeah, Japan's fine. Japan's fine. Yeah, but apparently what they need to do is add more neutrons in there or something.
Jimmy Neutrons?
Jimmy Neutron.
No, not Jimmy. I think normal neutrons or neutron absorbers or whatever.
Norman.
So, but either way, the reactor's not doing well.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Sucks to be in the Ukraine.
Indeed.
You
No, Defense Dad, that's the stuff you say on air.
Well,
What did he say?
Seems like he dropped out.
Did you just mute him? Did you just fucking censor someone on your own chat?
No, I didn't. He
seems
muted
like
himself.
no,
He did.
Like
He
it.
did.
that was my bad. No, I said the most deadly thing I bought at Walmart recently was a bean burrito, and that wasn't deadly till the next day.
Yeah, man. Are those ones called the bomb?
Taco Macho.
It's
Uh,
pretty
Bomb
bad.
burritos? Those are
You guys
pretty
ever
good.
like fart and clear
Taco
yourself out of
Juans.
the room? I mean, that's just bad.
That's how you turn your butt into a shotgun.
that is indeed how you do that. Yes. So
I
All right.
urban carry my farts.
I don't need to know, Travis. I do not.
Stinky
need
like
to
the footsteps of a Navy SEAL.
No, I underbelly carry my own.
know. Silent but deadly.
I super deep conceal carry mine.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Prison carry mine.
Prison carry.
Wow,
Travis. Don't we all?
Wow, that's something I would expect from Matt, but not you, Travis.
Oh, now we all fart. Come on.
You ever fart?
Everybody farts.
No, I know.
That's
What's scary is as you get older, you don't know what's going to happen.
Not women.
Yeah.
They don't fart.
That's what I like about life. It's just so unpredictable sometimes. Sometimes you just
Yeah,
gotta rip it.
Never
Hope to
trust a
God.
fart. The older you get, you
Oh.
can't trust them. When you're
Exactly.
you trust a fart because you know what it's going to be.
Erstwhile
I consider
asked,
myself,
is
a
there
bit
still
of
a
a-
civil war in the Ukraine? I think so. I hadn't heard they stopped yet.
No, it moved back to Jerusalem because they're still fighting over there. It moved back over.
I think that's a little further away. I'm not
It's
sure.
like it's like the cocoa. You know, it moves into certain areas. And it-
Right.
and it moves
Right.
away.
Man, that area of the country, like, so I have a coworker who when she was 10, they immigrated over here, but she's from Bosnia. She tells me stories, and she would have no reason to lie. She's just honest, but
Cool. You get it all.
she tells me stories about like her parents. They kept bombs in their house to protect their house against people coming at it. Like the story she tells growing up over there is just crazy.
And I bet you 100% they're true.
They are. This girl is the most honest person you ever meet, and she's just like she weighs 95 pounds, if that, soaking wet, and she's afraid of everything. But part of it's because how she grew up.
No, I don't blame her having to deal with that crap. Yeah, we got 2A Dave out there on the YouTube chat. What's going on, 2A Dave? We're about ready to wrap up. Now, unless anybody else has any other topics they want to talk about.
Do you think that the terrorism and violence that you see in these third world countries that people are coming to us traumatized from the violence that they've experienced is coming to an America near you? Do you think that's going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know if that kind of violence is going to happen because, you know, if the Democrats have their way, you know, there's no way you'll be able to get a hold of any of that. Any of those tools to do so.
But also, if the Democrats have their way, you won't be able to call a police officer to get any help.
And that's not true at all either, because if they have their way, police will be defunded, and then you'll have, you know, border patrol and stuff like that. It gets more and more kicked in the teeth every single day, and all that stuff that, you know, quote unquote, people can't get a hold of is all going to come up through failed states down south of us.
Well, and think about this. Like, they want to take away your guns. Okay, check. Done. They've done that. Now no one has guns who's following the law. Now they want to get rid of the police. Okay, check. Now when you call 911, nothing happens for hours. Add that math in your head. Game theory that shit out.
Don't need to.
No, Matt already did a story on that. They just send a social worker to come and help you out.
Yeah.
Whatever your
Yeah, he'll help you bury your child after some
you sit down and you talk about why you're doing stuff. What's bad in your life? Let's sit down and have a beer or something.
Console you for the losses that you've suffered because of the lack of any kind of protection.
Yeah, Matt, how much have you been drinking this evening?
None. Nothing. Not a drop.
None.
Whoa.
No, you sure?
You just assume that Matt's an alcoholic? That's rude.
I just assume. Have you watched his live streams? Don't give me that.
Yeah, he showed us proof. He shows proof.
He shows proof all the time.
Matt doesn't drink. That's apple cider.
That's apple cider. Oh, okay.
First of all, I don't drink in live chats. I haven't done that in 2 or 3 years.
I know Heaven Hill's calling. They want their money back.
I drink after the live chat.
No more in the pocket, big pocket. Heaven Hill, Matt.
Yeah, they weren't paying me anything, so I'm not going to promote their product.
Like, I'm done buying your vodka if you're not going to give me.
It's only soda. It's only soda during the live stream.
It's only soda with some vodka in it. There you go.
Now, if I'm drinking anything in the live chat, it's water. That's it. I got a glass of water next to me.
Some hot quality H2O.
No more Dr. Pepper and the vodka.
No, not during the live chat. No.
I wonder if you could get a sponsorship by just being like, every time you're on a chat, like, I sure do love Oreos. They're chocolate goodness, sometimes double stuff, single stuff, however you like them. Oreos are great. Anyway, welcome to the Honda chat. And then
hey Honda, have a Fresca.
Oreo finds out about it because of their uptick in sales.
These cream-filled cookies, just like your girlfriend in high school.
It's like, here, have a Big Mac.
Oh, boy.
Would you like some fries with that?
Yes, please.
Fish taco, anyone?
Fish taco.
Fish taco. There you go. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I think we've pretty much gone over everything. So, thanks for jumping in. Thanks for listening. Let's go through the panel and let everyone, give us their outros. So, Travis, you're up first.
Hey, man, check everybody out on the panel. They got great channels, lots of great content. And otherwise, quick announcement, Caliber Corner is probably going to be Sunday this week, Sunday morning early again, because, again, I may be doing some shooting with Defense Dad. So I'll let you guys know. I'll put a little post up on the YouTube community message board to give you a heads up and post it on Facebook. So thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. Travis has to break Defense Dad's new gun.
Ooh. No.
Travis doesn't get to shoot my new gun.
Absolutely not. I'm not even going to touch the damn thing. I'm afraid to. So,
yeah. All right.
That's all good.
Defense Dad.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It was a good conversation. Yeah, I can't find a holster for my new gun, so I got to take one of my old crappy guns.
Well, what is your new gun?
I got the PDP 5-inch. You can find plenty of holsters for it in the 4.5, but not the 5 yet. Especially left-handed.
Ooh, that's going to be hard, yeah.
Yep. So when we're shooting, they require a strong sight outside the waistband holster if you're going to shoot there.
All right. Roll call.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I haven't been on Hit or Miss forever, man.
Yeah.
I was looking at those stupid nights on Tuesday. But yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Go check out my channel, all you people.
So are you doing rants and raves tomorrow night or what?
I don't know, man. I got graduations and I got prom this weekend for my kids. And we're gonna strangle their boyfriends if they do anything that I did on those days. But I'm gonna try to my best. I'm trying to get a hold of my daughter. She's working right now, and I only get 1 day off a week, but I get to choose it. So
yeah,
if it's prom night, I'm sorry, guys. I'm choosing prom night and work on Wednesday just so I can keep my eye on these little pricks.
Keep them in the crosshairs.
Oh, man, I hear you. When my daughter turns 30 and she's finally allowed to date, I will be that dad cleaning the gun at the table when she brings the guy home.
Wow.
We'll call when that little man shows up to pick up your little girl. Just say, hey, son, everything you do to her, I'm going to do to you.
We'll go full bad boys on him.
Defense Dad,
damn right.
The answer is you'll be cleaning several of your guns on the table, not
Dude.
just one.
I'm going to have Travis come over. We're going to pull the bad boys thing on him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Big old ludicrous looking mother.
I'll just put
Man, he's 30.
in the living room and open it while they walk in the door. I'm cleaning
Sit
all
there and just click the revolver cylinder the whole time. Just look at him and don't just like have some chaw going on. Just spit and be like, "Well, you want
No. Now,
Yeah.
what you do is you get behind the hot couch and wait for him to come in the living room, and then you hop up with your M16 and go, "You look like Charlie."
I got an old helmet too. I got
Ever
an
been to
old
prison,
helmet.
son? You wanna?
Did you pray
Matt,
to Jesus?
have you
You
done
prayed
that
to Jesus,
before?
boy, before you came in my house?
Really bad. The partner was Asian. We did that though.
Yeah, if he's Asian, you're going to jail.
You're going to see roll call following his, his daughter there with like ghillie suit and stuff, hiding in
Apple
the
Pies
house
on her car.
outside around. He's gonna be out
Tracking
there
system
scoping.
going on.
Oh God.
I don't-
Anything bad happens.
Nothing else. You guys are a blast. I'm glad to be back on Hit or Miss when I can make it. Go check out my bullcrap that I make, the cringy ass videos I make, and yeah, man. I'll let you know, Night Strike, and anybody else that wants to come on the show on Wednesday nights. I'll let you know what I'm going to do tomorrow. So thanks
Okay.
for having me, brother.
All right. Thank you for showing up tonight, George. You got anything you want to tell people?
Just want to say thanks for the invite. Sorry I came a little bit late. Just got home a little while ago. So also check me out on Instagram, South Texas AR Guy. Check me out there and check out these guys' channels. They have awesome videos, awesome wealth of information out there. And thanks for having me.
All right. No problem. Honda, you want to say any words of wisdom?
I
Honda.
cut out BC.
Okay. Matt, any words of wisdom?
Yes, actually, I would just like to end this by saying, Fifi 55 Fofo Fum. Look at Molly now. Here she comes, wearing her wig hat and shades to match, her high heel shoes and alligator hat, wearing in pearls and a diamond ring, got bracelets on her fingers now and everything. Devil in the blue dress, blue dress, blue dress. Devil with the blue dress on.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, and with that,
All right.
to make erstwhile happy, once I have enough funds to go and get a purple gown, I'm going to wear one. So just
You
for
said that
erstwhile.
about the blue dress too.
Yeah, you said that about the blue dress.
Well, I got super chats for the purple gown fund. So there you go.
I got super chats to buy a blue dress,
See, you got them. I didn't.
and I
That's
bought
different.
a blue dress and sent it to you.
And I never received it.
That's not my fault. I sent it to the address you provided.
It's not my fault. I didn't get it
I
either.
feel like you got the blue dress and you decided that you didn't want to be seen with it, or you tried.
No,
and you're
that's
like,
not
this
it
is
at all.
way too sexy. I can't be seen.
He tried it on. He's like, this makes my ass look big. So no, we can't. He's like, I feel like my birth and hips are showing.
No.
My birthing hips.
Instant
All right.
Don't Lie started playing in the background.
All
Somewhere
right.
out there in America, somebody got a blue dress and they're saying, "What the hell?"
That's exactly what that was.
Jeans.
All right, we're
He's
done
staring
here.
himself in the mirror. He's like, would you fuck me? All right, fuck me.
Oh God.
He
No,
looks at himself in the
you're
mirror.
done.